What is it you wish to know from Hugo? I am the assistant manager of the Solution Bull. As such, I have many duties, but I mostly handle security operation and perform also as the wine steward. Not such a strange story. Boy grows up in a vineyard, boy got to fight in off-world wars, and finally boy follows his liege to a desert hell world. A tale as old as time, eh? See. I served the Duke in the liberation of Ix and the raid on Gidi Prime before my time in the Iraqis campaign. I'm afraid operational security prevent me from discussing any aspect of the War of Assassin. The War Master, Gunny Halleck, he lead us on a raid against the Baron's secret off-book spice hoard. That one hurt the Baron where it hurt the most. The bottom line. And we all know how extensive the Baron's bottom line is, eh? But the best part was that the Baron could not go crying to the Emperor because his spice hoard was illegal. I don't like to speak about Ix, but I will. Lorenzo, my brother. We lose him at the retaking of the Grand Palais. There were two elements in our assault. Gurney Halleck, myself, and the Ixian prince in exile commandeered a suspenser barge and attacked the Grand Palais from above. Meanwhile, Swordmaster Idaho, he led the bulk of the Atreides forces in the main assault on the Palais front gates. Young Enzo was his official messenger boy, and wore the proper tabard to identify him as such, eh? Messengers are unarmed. The messenger tabard is meant to identify and protect its wearer from interference on the battlefield, huh? The forms of Canley are clear on this. But the forms were not obeyed that day. Standing in their way was Commander Kando Garon and an understrength company of Imperial Sardaukar. The Bene Tlilax were in disarray. Their authority collapsed entirely as the native Ixians began to rise up. The Sardaukar were outnumbered and had no reason to stay in the fight. Whatever intrigue the Emperor was involved with on Ix had surely been disrupted, if not foiled utterly. But the Sardaukar do not surrender. Nor do they, it turns out, honor the forms of Canley when they are losing. By all account, Enzo was caught by a dying Sardaukar and had his head dashed apart. I got the taste for killing Sardaukar that day. An appetite I will never satisfy. I do. Of course I do. Marlito Atreides does not seek his vassals' love. Only their loyalty and respect. And that might be why he is so loved. He cares more about doing the right thing than pleasing anyone. Very well. None are barred from here. As long as you know your place and keep to it. Then it is not up here, friend. The lower level is for you. Well done. Now, Sergeant Clegg, he tell me one of our regulars, a proper sad local. is in full collapse out there. Clegg is about to sedate him with a chair. Maybe get in there first.
Ever see someone melt? No, not metaphorically. Not tears. I mean, skin sliding, bones turning soft. No? Huh. Let's have a drink. Huh. I guess kindness ain't what it used to be. Once upon a time, folks listened. Fair. One story. She was halfway through her vows when her mother started to sweat red. At first, we thought it was nerves or the heat, maybe. Then her skin started to melt. Slow, like candle wax dripping down a stick. And the worst part, she was still smiling. Oblivious. As if her face hadn't caught up with the rest of her. They said it was bad spice in the wine. The first case on record before it even had a name. You know, you're the first to ever ask about her. Thank you for that. She stayed for a while. Too long, maybe. We tried to hold on, but that moment at the wedding never left us. It just sat there. She stopped speaking, stopped sleeping. One day, she didn't leave a note, just a ring in the sink and a partially drunk bottle of spiced wine on the table. The very same. Untouched since the day it turned her mother to pulp and our joy to ash. I made myself a promise. If I ever found someone kind enough to listen, I'd tell the story one last time, raise a glass to my almost mother-in-law, and see if the wine forgives me. Thank you kindly.
Next. Ah, yes. Nailia Shafat, the souk doctor. I'm afraid she was flagged for a special screening due to security concerns. You'll need a T-797 permit. let's just say the vendors weren't exactly reputable. There are suspicions of criminal activity, or worse, Harkonnen involvement. We need to be sure. See that you do. Or don't. My hands are tied until I see that permit. Ah, come back to hold up the line again, have we? Let's see it then. I understand.
Greetings. May the tyrant worm bless you. May your fluids honor him. May we all be drained of doubts and the poor.
We meet again.
You again. Well, I'll require a temporary special security ID to process that. Unfortunately, the office that issues those is closed today. Come back later. What? You can't just threaten me. I'll call for help. But I haven't. No. Wait. I'll give you the necessary paperwork if you just go. Take this to a customs official and they will sort you out.
How may I be of service? And your findings? Sir will forgive me for examining the crates myself. To better assess your quality, you value speed and confidence to the exclusion of accuracy. My masters deserve more perfect tools. But we needs must work with what is on hand. Circumstances have lowered the bar of adequacy. Congratulations. Correct. The heiress of the house, Ariadne Attar, requires an extraordinary garment. More than a dress, this is a matter of courtly etiquette. Speak to Ariadne. She can explain the particulars better than this humble servant.
You're not from around here. But then again, who among us really is? We all come to Arrakis for the same reason, though. Spies. Have you come for the spies? No one knows everything about Melange. Well, except for the Yquan Bedouin, maybe. But they're gone now. After 30+ years running ornithopter support for deep desert harvesters, I know a thing or two. It was time for a change, I suppose. Did a little horse trading and got myself an ornithopter. Now I run Dune Riders, a charter service offering ornithopter excursions to the deep deserts. I'm expensive, but I'm also the only charter service that guarantees warm sign. You pay the ticket, I'll show you the biggest you ever seen. I'll show you 14.5 million tons of mouth and teeth that'll swallow a 6-deck factory harvester like a sandstorm swallows a fart. My friend, we will gaze into the eye of the Leviathan and see if that bastard don't look back.
May I help? Ah, very good. Now, Master Jim upstairs informs me Colonel Rain is back at it, conducting field operations from the bottom of a bottle. Oh, please, handle him. 4 drinks in, he's walking a table through the defense of Helios Gate. The poor couple only ordered spritzers. Aye.
Evening, Sergeant. Am I being redeployed to the gutter, or just the curb? Return to quarters? No, the war isn't done, and neither. You ever watch a man try to hold his own guts in with his bare hands? Sergeant Vell was his name. Good man. Loud laugh. Used to hum old ballads on patrol. Took a shot of flak through the belly during the Dejamwade push. Medics didn't make it in time. I had to hold him while he begged me not to let go. Begged. And I'm supposed to just go to bed? After that. After a decade of that. Ah, the final insult. Kicked out of the only place left that still remembers. You win, soldier. I shall take my ghosts elsewhere. But don't pretend you did me a kindness. Tell the barman to keep a chair empty, just in case I ever find forgiveness.
Hello. May I help? And a peace is restored. You did good work. And stranger, Jim really hands out compliments, but he gave you a nod tonight, eh? That means something. Keep your eyes open. There's always more work. And I would be glad to have you.
I don't know you. Are you selling something? This is a terrible time, just terrible. Come back another time, please. In that case, please stay. This is more than a matter of pretty fabrics. We are on the verge of disaster. Courtly maneuvers are more than mere frivolity. You see, it's not just a dress, but part of a grand tapestry of deadly pageantry. My family depends on everything being perfect. I must do my part. My family worked hard to raise the status of our house. Showing up in, say, the same dress as Aristae Atreides would do real damage to that effort. I did not give you leave to address me familiar. I am Lady Athar. Well, not yet, but I must practice bearing the weight of that title. However, your help is appreciated. I don't need you to understand my world, only to act and to get me that dress by whatever means necessary. Go see my tailor. His tardiness is beyond bearing. Do what you must to produce the finest dress. And do hurry.
I'm afraid we have more business than we know what to do with at the moment. But how may I be of service? Apologies to the heiress. My lateness is a wound to my professional heart, but I shan't paw you with excuses. That said, there is a war. The supplies and deliveries are often complicated or rendered utterly impossible, particularly with the more exotic materials.
Welcome to O'Gary's. If you need it, we got it. And if we don't got it, we'll get it.
All right, then. Ask your questions.
War zones. Find the hottest sectors and learn the lay of the land. Monitor. The locals will let you know where to look way before you stumble onto it yourself. It's like asking a fisherman for directions to his secret spot. He'll never tell you, and you shouldn't believe him if he did. Well, few have tried. My youngest, Sally, and her brother, Coda, make sure it doesn't happen twice. That's where the salvage is. But at this point, it's more like they take me. We got Sally and Coda on perimeter. That Sally has a nose for finding fresh wrecks. I'd swear she shoots them down herself. Coda will gut you if you look at him wrong, so it's best not to look at him. Then you got Bree, Phaedra, and Finn Jr. handling general salvage. Junior's a laser ace on the cut array, but Phaedra will give the Kirov a run for their money at stripping wrecks. She takes after her mother in that way. Then there's me and the old lady. I oversee the whole operation, and she flies us there.
If O'Gary can't make it happen, like as not, it's not meant to happen. Let's see what we can figure out. Oh, that's so. And what's in it for old Finn if I happen to have these? It's a deal, then. I have what you need. You just make sure House Ather knows how helpful I've been.
Hello again.
Come back to hold up the line again, have we? Let's see it then. Everything seems to be in order. Please ensure that future shipments have the right documentation attached in triplicate.
We meet again. You have my thanks. It would be good to get on with the business of healing, rather than spinning in circles in a logistics and bureaucratic purgatory.
Welcome back. That is welcome news. What did you find? Thank you. I shall have the dress made and delivered as soon as possible, if not sooner.
How may I be of service? Congratulations! I will be sure to revise my assessment of you.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris? How much Solaris would you like to deposit? Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris?
Sands of uncertainty, House Harkonnen stands firm as the bedrock of stability. Celebrate our heritage.
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of locally sourced natural remedies for whatever ails you. Kara sent you. Well then, you can turn around and piss right off to whatever hole she found you in. Her name is shit around here. None of your bloody business. What's the matter with her now? She must be suffering terribly. If I were you, I would go quickly and find someone who gives a shit. Why don't you ask her? Ask the bitch what she stole from me. Look, even if I wanted to help her, which I don't, I haven't been able to get medical supplies in weeks. Tell you what, if you can fix my medical supply issue, I'll help Sergeant Volk, as much as it pisses me off to do so. Talk to Anushka Hanova. She'll point you in the right direction.
Attempting to circumvent Harkonnen regulations is forbidden. Compliance ensures the safety and prosperity of all citizens.
Welcome back. That's a special drink. Fresh. Was there anything else with that? It's not my fault. Harko wasn't built to support this many people and doesn't have a starport that will accommodate most transport freighters. The only way to get supplies here is in small loads by ornithopter or overland, and that's proving to be a big problem. Medical supplies used to come by ground courier through the Udom, but that run is too dangerous these days. And while the Mascaret are getting aggressive across the sector, one nest stands out as particularly troublesome. So if someone were to pacify that nest, I might be able to convince my contacts that it's worth the risk to start shipments again.
Choose
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching. Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching. Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching. Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
This next canto is disturbing. You have my sympathies. If your tongue offends, remove it. If your eyes cause you to stumble, pluck them out. Into the sightless zone.
And now, our next and finest descent.
The sand tiger shark, Cacharius
Taurus.
native to Old Terra.
Displays a curious reproductive strategy.
One of intrauterine cannibalism.
When the enormous embryonic shark reaches a certain size threshold,
It kills and devours its siblings.
in the blackness of the primordial pocket ocean, that is,
The sand tiger hunts its fellow embryos, absorbing their nutrients and achieving exponential growth. When the lone sand tiger shark emerges from the womb, it is stronger and better able to deal with predators and emergencies. And what of you, little Adelphage?
I can show you the way. Follow the guide. Have you seen what you needed to see? Is this the path you desired? Consider the strands that came before. Consider the strands that lie ahead. Consider whom you allowed to become entangled in those strands. Consider the choices.
I have something for us, but you must act quickly. An Ixian freighter lost contact with the spaceport at Arakeen on its descent from the Highliner. I don't know what it's carrying, but it's a safe bet that the command deck will carry the Ixian decoder technology we need. The problem is that Ixian tech is rare and valuable, so you'd better get there before the wreck is picked clean by scavengers. You'll know it by its name, the Hephaestus. I guess that makes you Prometheus in this story.